Welcome back to the garage, everybody. I know it's been a while since I made a video. Apologize, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, but today's going to be a good one. One of my neighbors actually heard that I was dabbling in the electronics repair and asked me to take a look at something, so let me show you what I got, okay? Xbox Series S, but not just one Series S, two Series S's. Story behind these ones is they were getting moved around and they accidentally got knocked over. This one is very clearly an HDMI port swap. This one right here with the no Wi-Fi, I'm not sure what that one's going to be. It may just be a Wi-Fi card swap, but we'll crack it open and take a look. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to both of these today. I am kind of on a time crunch, but what we're going to do is we're going to flip this Nintendo Switch game right here. No picture will be for the no picture, and then this one right here with picture will be for the Wi-Fi. Okay, so let's see what we got. Oh. Try that again. Yeah. Picture. All right, so we're going to crack open the one with no Wi-Fi. Put this one off to the side. We'll come back to it another day. So this right here, take a look right here. HDMI port actually looks pretty good. Oh, actually, clasp is a little separated. Tell you what, let's power it up. Let's make sure the fault is what the fault is before we crack anything open. HDMI and power. Pressing the button. We get chime. Let's see if we get the picture. Hey, we get picture. Right on. HDMI wiggle. I mean, it's still hanging on there. It's pretty loose. We'll take a look at it and see if it needs to be swapped out. The main thing right now is going to be to see if it has Wi-Fi. Let me switch over to here. Take a look at the networks, manage wireless, setup wireless, choose a connection, refresh, As you can see, we get no Wi-Fi. Cool. So the fault is what the fault is. Wonderful. Let me go ahead, give the wiggle one more time. I mean, that's staying on there for the most part. Shut it down. Now let's crack it open and see what's going on. That should release the console from the shell. Just like that. Let's take a look here. Pretty sure this is the Wi-Fi right here, and you guys can take a look a little bit closer here. We do have some corrosion. A little bit right here, a little bit right here, and the actual chip itself does have some rust around it. Get a little closer. There we go. So we can see some corrosion all around here and here. Very interesting. So this thing seems to have seen a little bit of liquid damage. Tell you what, let's take it off. We'll get it under the microscope and we'll get a proper look at everything. Oh boy. I don't think drop damage would have done this. This is definitely liquid damage. We'll give it a clean with a little bit of IPA and a toothbrush. See what it looks like. Good old toothbrush scrub. And if any of the components actually get knocked off, That's a good thing, because if they get knocked off by this, they weren't fit for purpose. How's that look? Not much better, huh? Yeah, that corrosion is deep in there. And because it's liquid damage, I'm definitely going to open up that Xbox and see if there's any other potential issues. Did that one just come off? Was there a capacitor there? You can see the ends of these ones are not looking good compared to those which are nice and silver. Those look terrible. Let me get a little closer. Yeah, tell you what, let me grab another board that I have and we'll compare and see if there's anything missing. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. We can see, grab a pointer. We have a component here, nothing here. These capacitors look way better compared to this. We do have the resistor here. Nothing is supposed to be populated here. That should be fine. How about the top? You know, this board just looks so much healthier than this board. Even after the toothbrush clean. With the way there's rust all along here. Tell you what, let's take some measurements. First thing we're going to want to do is check for continuity. See if any of these are shorted to the ground. And we'll check for resistance next. My meter is all over the place. Let me get a little closer. Okay, a little bit closer. Let's check again. And we get about 10 ohms, 4 ohms, 3 ohms. Wow, okay. Let's try this one next. Honestly, this board is just in terrible condition. I wouldn't feel right using this board, even if I got it repaired. I mean, this might be just too far gone. I would love to find the fault on why it's failing. Could be the actual chip itself. Not sure. But just out of curiosity, let's see if that little bit of a clean did anything. I doubt it. And what do we get? Wow, still nothing. To be expected. Refresh, 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 does nothing. Well, let's try the donor. Now, do we get any Wi-Fi? Whoa, spinning wheel. Hey, there we go. we get our Wi-Fi's. So we can confirm this is a faulty Wi-Fi board. We still get our fan spin, our indefinite fan spin, our forever and permanent always fan spin. Very interesting on that one. Given the state of the way this is, looks a little bit of dust on there. It may be due to it just running warm. The thermal paste might need to be changed out. So let's go ahead and crack it open and see what it looks like. Big reveal. Okay. Here we go. Actually, a pretty clean board. I don't see any water damage anywhere. Now let's take a look underneath this heat sink. Beautiful. Absolutely no water damage, no liquid damage. Thermal paste is definitely old. Doesn't seem like it's actually on the die very much. So let's clean it up, put some fresh thermal paste, put it all back together. One final test. Kind of scared me. Beautiful. So we are searching for Wi-Fi. There it is. This console is done. One down, one to go. Here it is. This is the second Xbox Series S. This one had no display, and it's very clearly the HDMI port. Let me show you. And there she is. Definitely not gonna plug this one in. Got some bent pins pushed way back. A little bit of breakage on the actual plastic right there. So we know what the issue is with this one. Let me go ahead and crack it open and we'll get started. So this is our port that we're going to be swapping out. We got these little foam stuff. I'm not exactly sure what that's called, but we'll get those out of the way. Because ideally, I'm going to be heating from the bottom. So I don't want to melt these and get smoked out. I think the best thing that we're going to do is add some leaded solder to the legs and just lift this guy up and out of the way. So let me get set up for that. Okay, nice and cleaned up. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thermal paste. We'll apply some fresh stuff. We'll give it a nice little clean little dusting, and then we'll test. Bear with me as I do that. And we get a special appearance from the bin. MX4. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, no sound. Must have disengaged the sound, which is fine. And we have picture. How about that? Look at that. There it is. We'll give it the old wiggle test. Not cutting out, guys. I think we have a winner. Let's finish buttoning her up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an easy pizza. HDMI port swap. Getting a little better at them. And just for the fun of it, I'll put on one of these little service warranty stickers. Super official. Do we go for one more test, or do we trust our work? Pretty sure it's gonna work. Seems a bit pointless at this point. Test. There's the picture. Scared me for a second. Wiggle. Beautiful. Job done. I will let my neighbor know his consoles are ready for pickup. Okay, that's gonna do it. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna probably mash these two up just because this one did take me too long. If you guys did enjoy the videos, please drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Again, I'll see you in the next one. Laters.